Hello, welcome. How's everybody?
Well, I'm great.
That's good. Great timing.
Yeah, I know, right?
How was your day? How was everyone's day?
How's everybody's day today? Mine's been absolutely freaking amazing, to be honest. I've been up in Handorf, where I was treated to a very nice Ponzi flash lunch. Yeah, full of food that you'd go, portion-wise, not very big, but gosh, it was delicious. A lot of sort of sous vide type stuff or rawish type stuff, sort of like that fine dining, as they say. And
Nice.
then after that, I ended up out at Paraka, which is where you messaged me from. And I was like,
That's okay. No rush.
No rush. I made it in time.
Sometimes I forget my own lives, and I'm like, oh, oops, what's the time? Dear God. That's it. Not religious though, but dear God. How's everyone today? G'day Loretta, g'day Tia, g'day Judy, g'day Devon. Who else we got? We got 2 Tias, 2 Lorettas, and 2 Judys, and 1 Staffy. Well, that was lucky. Do we need more than 1 Staffy?
Hi, Brianna.
Not. Yeah, probably. G'day, Brianna. How you going, gorgeous? People, if you could share us out, that would be much appreciated. We would really love that. So tag your friends that need messages, want to hang out. Unless you're ashamed of us, of course. And you're like, I don't want to.
Let's not put that energy out there.
Yeah. Can be. That's it. Okay.
All right.
Gardening day. Got the lightning in because we have if you're from, I don't know if you're in Australia, but if you're not in Australia, we just had a little bit of storm. Yeah, probably a little bit of weather manipulation come through. It's always a bit weird. It's always just a bit questionable and dodgy. And they blame it on global warming, but whatever. Hey, Lynn, how are you? Oh, you likely... you're a U2 fan, are you? They're a good band back in the day. Don't know what they're doing now. Not really fast, but that is cool. So, people, if you could share us out, we will start with a reading for everyone, and then we'll go to donated readings, and we always have a few. So, if you want a guaranteed reading, please donate. Any amount will be awesome. Exchange of energies. We have a few freebies to give away, but don't wait for those. Some people just really need a message. G'day, Willow Tree. How you going? And then we'll get to it. So I've got to share. Is there anything you wanted to say while I'm sharing, or you're sharing? We're doing tag team sharing.
I'm sharing onto my page at the very least.
Okay, that's it. Oh, lovely effort there. Okay, that's okay.
I have to say though, the SES, that's the the emergency services, South Australian emergency services. They have done an absolutely phenomenal job of cleaning up all the roads. And because this morning I was actually, before Handorf, I was in Blackwood helping Matt set up for the Queen of Wands Fair.
Yep.
So and then I went from Blackwood and drove sort of like the wibbly wobbly way over to Handorf. And while you could see that there had been quite a few branches and things down, the roads were all clear. And it was just like you could see how much work that they had done over the last 24 to 48 hours. It was just incredible. So big, massive props to the SES crews out there at the moment because, man, they're working hard.
We had water. We had water in the back room come in from where actually the window was, like the trimming around the window. It wasn't above that, so it came down into the walls and then came on the top of the window into the inside. I had to dry out a couple of power points till we got power back.
Oh no!
It doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look that bad. And I went up on the roof this morning to check all the gutters, and the gutters were fine. I just think it just got I think it was just
full.
it was just too much. It was just too much, and because the back family room, it's really flat, a really level roof. So I just think, I had a look and I couldn't find any blockages, and I thought, well, it's just one of those things.
It could even be your downpipe might be blocked.
Yeah, well, it's all sealed, so I don't know why some people worry about having gutters on houses, man. It just would be easy if you just let it run off. Just let it run off.
Thank you.
It's just be so much easier. Oh, so I'm still
tea
sharing.
delivery.
Oh, nice.
Tea delivery. It's our special Bengal spice tea.
Oh, Bengal. That's good stuff. Well, I made smoothie today, and I was trimming back some lemon balm and removing some parsley because I've got heaps of it seeding. And I put it through the juicer because I got one of those flash juicers that juices everything.
Yeah.
And tasted a little bit
earthy.
So three bananas and a dob of honey and a handful of blueberries later, it's doable, but super healthy. It's not so bad.
Way to go, you.
Okay.
So I have to say, massive amounts of rain and hail, and it's been the oddest sort of weather too. Like, it's just comes down in big, huge bursts. It's like even up at Harndorf today, is that we were sitting there, we were about to leave, and then all of a sudden it's like big, huge amount of rain again, and it's just like rain and hail in a big burst for about 10 minutes, and then completely clear again. And it's like, this is ridiculous weather.
I know. I had wind coming in. I was at my friend's place and we were looking out the backyard. Oh, it's really funny. It was weather, and there were all these pigeons, and it looked like one was looking over the top of them, it was a drill sergeant, and they're all just puffed up and sitting there, and one's looking over them going, hold it, and they were pretty good. We were watching that, and then when the winds came and that, man, I just saw these things just get blown. I think I got blown into someone's carport, and there was no way to hold it. We had wind coming in both sides, around, coming in on this angle and coming in on that angle, which is totally normal. Wind going both ways. And then I put a thing up on clouds because the top clouds were going one way, and there was low clouds going the other way, and it was just a bit.
I saw that. Too weird.
Yeah.
I spoke to a lady today who's lives on a reasonable sized property, but their trampoline went flying. It connected a little bit with the pergola as it went over, so it's wiped out a couple of the panels of the pergola. But the trampoline itself has gone up and over their fence and landed in the paddocks, and then it's completely smashed. It's like, oh my goodness, it's just, they're like, that's completely trashed now. There's no rescuing that.
I remember when I used to do delivering small trucks come Christmas time, it was a pain in the butt, just online trampolines everywhere. It wasn't fun. But I always used to, when it was a trampoline around Christmas, I always used to go and knock on the door and just let them know, because it's usually a kid's present. So I didn't. That's it.
Thank you, everybody, for sharing out. Super grateful. Thank you.
Okay, group reading for everyone. Okay,
what happened to Amanda? I must have missed that.
Amanda,
Oh no! A storm damaged sunken ceiling, all bowed and wet. Oh bugger! Oh. Insurance.
Yeah. Check your gutters.
Hopefully you've got if you're I don't know if you own the property or not, but if you do and you've got house insurance, there you go. And if you don't, get your landlord onto it.
Yeah. Yeah, just
Because
let
they
us
will
know.
have house insurance.
Just let us know, Amanda, if you need me to come up and take a look at it, because it's her house.
It is.
Yeah.
I happen to know of a really good painter.
Awesome. That's it. What else? Okay, group reading for everyone else. People, take what resonates, and what doesn't resonate, just put to the side there, and just it can sit there. Don't worry if the flies get on it. It's okay. Just shoo them away. This is Australia. It's summer. Flies everywhere. Okay, group reading for everyone. Okay, the first card I've got for everyone is the Wolf Spirit. Okay, turn knowledge into wisdom. People, we're all smarter. We all have more nous. We all have more ability than we give ourselves credit for. Okay, especially if you're tuning into intuition. We have those two little voices in our head. One's gone, gives us those little prompts, and the other one's going, yeah, no, don't worry about it. I'll do that later. And we got to tune in, because at the moment where the Wolf Spirit comes up, turning knowledge into wisdom, this is us to exercise our innate power and the power within us. Okay, it's the authority within. We don't want to give our power away, but at the moment it's got that people are rushing into things at home. People are rushing in. I've got slow and steady wins the race, but that's inverted under the Wombat Spirit, be at home. Okay, so people, it's time. Just with a wisdom card there, it's time. We just got to take that moment to stop and think what we're doing. People like around the home are dealing with family. Christmas is coming up. We don't want to rush. We don't want to rush into things. We don't want to be hasty. Okay, it's just asking everyone just to put on the brakes a bit and just chill at home. Okay, and go to that safe space. And just reminding us that the universe, I got the cow spirit, just reminding us that, that the universe has endless amounts of whatever we need. And it does have endless amounts of whatever we want, but that's a different story. But at the moment, people, we're asked to just keep that positive focus. Okay, and not to get too stressed, because it's Christmas time coming on. People are like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? We don't have to go overboard. People, just use your wisdom. Come from your heart at the moment. Okay, no need to jump and go nuts because something's coming up. No need to panic. Okay, everything's just turning out how it is at the moment and unfolding. And if you need a bit of help, I got the cow spirit saying, the main action card going, miracles are endless. Okay, so sometimes we're not going to see divine timing. We're not going to see how things fold out, but it's a waste of energy for us to focus on what we can't change. So once again, we're asking to come back to ourselves and focus on what we can do. Okay, because this will relieve our stress. We don't want to stress out. When we start running around in our heads thinking about this, how am I going to do this? We stress ourselves out. Okay, so a feeling that everyone it's just a breather time. Okay, because I've got, look, know your worth. I've got the skunk spirit coming up. Know your worth, and that's all about, okay, people. We have more clout. We have more energy. We have more knowing. We have more ability than we give ourselves credit for. So with the wolf spirit, turn that knowledge into wisdom. Which is interesting because that's the first card. So everyone just relax, and just think and wait for the answer to present itself, because the last card I've got is the pig spirit. Use your mind wisely. So this is talking about us just when we find ourselves stressing out, it's like pull ourselves out of it and go, okay, let's just center again. Let's just not feed energy into what we can't change and focus on what we can do. That was the group reading for everyone. And the last card is lead by example. I hope that's helped you. What have you got for the collective today?
Today, interestingly, I looked at this reading, this set of cards, and I went, Okay, that's a really interesting way that you've set that up because it actually wants me to read it in reverse, which is unusual. So I don't know which reality I'm tapping into right now. But anyway, everything is the opposite of what it appears to be.
That's it.
So I shall do as they ask, and I will read it in reverse. So the first card in reverse, but it's not a reverse card as such, is remember who you are. There's been a lot of that lately, of dropping away of all of the faces, the masks, the facades. There's been a lot of the stripping away of all the stuff that you thought you were that helps you to fit in. It's all going, it's all disappearing, and you're being left with who is actually you. So the cards are asking you to just keep going with that process, okay? And with that, to breathe, really take a lot, be very focused on coming back to center as you're going through this space of change, of shifting, of moving away, of those layers. You will require to breathe, okay? And to just come back to center and become focused right in the right now. The next thing that is going to be happening with you for the next little bit is that there's going to be a greater amount of symbols, of esoteric information that's going to be coming through to you, that you'll start finding yourself going, oh, I knew that. And oh, wow, there's that happened too. And oh, yeah, I kind of knew that was going to happen. Oh, even if it's things that you keep to yourself and never ever express to anybody else, highly recommend starting to journal those and inspired moments down. Like just write them down somewhere in a journal note or in a book or in your phone or whatever, and you'll start to see that there's a pattern that's occurring for you, because your intuition is like getting ramped up higher and higher and higher at the moment. That's part of this new timeline that we're on. Thank goodness for that. And along with that, you'll find that you'll be requiring some extra spiritual clearing, some extra chakra specific clearing, but it's just energetic healing work, clearing out work. Just there'll be a lot of stuff that will be coming up that will be asking a lot of old traumas that are going to be asking to be healed and cleared at the moment too, because that's all this part of those old facades that have kept you safe for such a long time. So it's like, be okay with that. Seek out those energetic facilitators that resonate with you and get some of that old claggy stuff gone. And if you do all of that, victory! It's the last card. You're well on the way, and everything that you've been going through lately is absolutely perfect. Don't worry if it still feels like it's really hard. Just remember that every moment is much better than the previous one, okay? And you're moving forward. And sometimes those moments that seem really, really hard at the moment are actually on the best ways to step forward into your next part of remembering exactly who you are. So thank
absolutely.
You.
They do. They create awesome opportunities.
Mm.
I mean, as you're saying, listen to the intuition. I was visiting a client, and then I thought, well, should I go and visit my friend? Right, because the lightning was started and the rain was started, or should I go straight from where I am home? And my intuition said, no, go to your friend's place. I'm okay. Stopped at the bakery on the way got a great healing session. That's it.
Primo.
And cake. I mean, I brought the cake.
I had cake today too. It was this beautiful little dinky cake from Coles, and it was a salted caramel, but it was like in 2 layers, and it had like that nice sort of cream in the middle. Like, yeah. Oh, it was so good. Nice. The little dobbles on the top, and we just had the smallest little slice, but it was just perfect. You know, it's like. I brought the cake today.
My friend had the flaky pastry out, so when I got there, she was putting she put a camembert in the flaky pastry with jam, and then just wrapped it up and put it in the oven. And that was just on Turkish bread. That's it. Just
love it.
And then just use your fingers and just cheeks. Yeah. I haven't had dinner. I'm hungry now. Can't people? Can we go? Oh, I'm hungry. No. Hey, Tiffany, thanks for your donation. People will get it rolling with the readings.
Thank you, Tiffany.
And we
Loretta, can I just address this Loretta
Yeah.
one, please? So, Loretta, if you get woken up every night by the smell of dead people and you live in an old funeral home, I think 1 + 1 = 2. All right. So, quite clearly, you've got spirits in the funeral home. There's bound to be. It's kind of like if you live in a hospital or a church, there's always going to be spirits floating around. So what I would suggest to you is there's a couple of things you can do. You can get someone in to do a proper house clearing for you and speak to the spirits and ask them to move on and show them what to do. Like I do that sort of stuff. So there's that. There's also ways for you to develop those skills for yourself. Perhaps those spirits actually want to talk to you and they might want to contribute to you. They might wish to help you out in whatever you're trying to grow or develop in your life financially. It's the smell of dead people really is just to get your attention. That's all. Okay. Yeah, I didn't get that you were afraid of them. It's just like you're asking, so why are they there? It's like, so generally entities come in to either be cleared, to communicate, or to contribute. Okay, so if they're just there to be cleared, then there's a really easy process that you can go through to get them to clear.
Absolutely. Okay, that's right. People, we have a donated reading. We start the show with a donated reading to give away. Courtesy donated by Healing with Staffy. And we have to pick in, the number will come up on the screen between which the numbers are between. And if you get the number, you get the reading. Hey, Melinda. So pick a number between 70 and 90. Or pick a number between 69 and 91. Hey, Vanna. Hey, Melinda. How you going? 85? I don't know, Tia. 77? Lynn? Not sure.
Vera, I like your number.
I haven't looked at the number. Cindy knows it. Because without Cindy, this place would fall apart.
Yeah, I don't know what the number is either.
Let me see.
So you can't pluck our brains because I don't know what it is. Oh, well done. Vera. Good work, Vera.
Vera, who
winner chicken dinner.
Winner chicken dinner. Vera, who would you like to read for you? You have Lorraine and you have me.
Who? I don't know Lorraine.
Lorraine. Sorry. I was talking, I mentioned you to someone the other day and I said Lorraine. I'm like, did you hear me? In the ether somewhere. Zoning in.
Energetic slap. She said anyone.
No, we need a choice.
You have to choose.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Mighty mo.
Catch a reader.
Catch a reader by the toe. If she squeals, let him go.
If he has no cards, let him go.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. All right, Brooke. Rock, paper, scissors. You ready?
Yep.
1. Ready? What? 1, 2, 3. You go.
Okay, Vera.
Oh, no, she changed her mind. Look, she's actually chosen Lorene. Not that she can spell my name, but that's okay. All right, Vera, tell me, what area? Do you have a question, a specific question for me to work with, or an area that you'd like me to work with? That way I can give you a better reading, something that's more specific. Because, I mean, general readings are cool. Okay, cool. The delay makes things awkward.
It makes it fun.
Yeah.
Family.
Okay. That's a pretty broad area. So what's going on with the family? Just keep it brief, but yeah, what's going on? Because I deal more so with blocks of, you know, what's happening for you and in the way of like what you're struggling with and that sort of stuff. I'm glad you find out shenanigans funny, Lynn.
Just interesting.
Okay. All right. Let's see what comes out. Interesting. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. Remember that. That's something that will mess with your brain, and that's a good thing.
You've been hanging out with the monks again.
Quite the opposite today, but yeah. Aware people, but not in the same realm as myself. All right, Vera. Hey, Brooke, have you got a couple of cards that have popped out for her?
Yeah, I'm wondering, it feels like, is there a breakup? Was a relationship? Someone's rushed in or something? And they're rethinking everything, and they're just not happy. They're not seeing what's in front of them. They've written it off. Looks like they've been hurt, and now they're a bull out of a gate going, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. I don't know. That's what I got.
Okay, cool. That helps. Thank you, Brooke. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so what we got is, first of all, my love, being the Queen of Swords, and it's inverted, is you're really up in your head about all of the stuff with the family. There's so much trauma and heartache and anger and rage, and there's just, and it's all he said, she said, all of the like, there's just so much backwards and forwards up here, and it's like you're blocking your ability to see beyond it. You're not allowing yourself to drop back down into your heart and see the picture as a whole. And so as a result, you're getting caught up in the trauma and the drama of the situation. Okay. So yeah, the next card that I got that came out was the Three of Swords. So this is telling me also that you don't feel like you can speak your truth. That's why my throat just went, right? So in speaking your truth, you feel like there's a big, massive block there too. Because if you really told them what you were actually thinking, well, then there'd be some heads rolling, right? It's like if looks could kill. It feels like that. It feels like there's just so much going on. So the Three of Swords is this card. Swords through the heart. So along with that, there's just so much pain and like feeling like you've been like dishonored. It feels like there's a whole bunch of expectations and obligations that are just not resonating with you anymore. It's just like there's just all this grief and a great deal of this. That's what's sitting right at the front. Behind that, though, is this space of I'll get to that in a moment, because that's going to come up in the next couple of cards. So the next couple of cards that came out there was the Justice card. So you feel like he did this or she did this and they're wrong for doing that, or there seems to be like, how dare they, and it's like there's the imbalance of the scales of your family, blood is thicker than water, how dare you do this, it feels a bit like that's going on right now. So here's the thing, the next card that come out was the Magician card, and it's upside down. Now the Magician card is actually the Alchemist. So what I'm hearing here is that what you are required to be is the alchemist of the situation, where you can look back and look at it from a more objective point of view. They're asking for you to step back and not be in it, right? Become an observer of it instead of feeling like you're right in it and part of the emotional turmoil. When you become the observer of it, as the magician, as the alchemist, you are actually able to change the energy that is going on there. But while you're still thinking that you cannot speak, that you have no power, that you have no ability to change anything, then nothing's going to change. All right, because that's why it's inverted. You're blocking yourself from your own abilities to change these energies, even if it's just for yourself. All right, so I'm interested to know, are you actually physically sick right now? Have you got any colds or flus or headaches right now? Because that's a really bloody good sign that you are not allowing yourself to move with ease through the situation, that you are blocking your own magic. Okay. The next card that I've got for you is that your life is a canvas. So this is a little bit of a gentler card. Okay. It's from the Starseed Oracle. There it is. Okay. Yeah. COVID. Fantastic. That's a really good sign that you're letting yourself get way too run down. Okay, so when we are too stressed, what happens is our body is working on the stress hormones. It's keeping your breath really high. It's keeping it feeling like you're in fight, flight, freeze, or fawn is the other F. Okay, and that quite often happens with those family dynamics where everything is just going absolute bonkers. Okay. When we get sick, it's because our body is so up here and it's not allowing our natural immune system to work. Our natural immune system requires us to have plenty of oxygen in our system. It also requires us to have a slower heartbeat. And when we're in fight, flight, and freeze and fawn, our heartbeat is really fast. Okay. So COVID or any cold, any flu, headaches, all that sort of stuff is a really good sign that you haven't been breathing low. Okay, you haven't been allowing your body to rebalance out of all of those stress hormones going on and coming back to the happy hormones. Happy hormones is actually where we're meant to be. That's where life is ease. Doesn't necessarily mean it's easy, it's just ease. Okay, so the next card that I've got here, or the last card that I've got here, is the I'm sorry card. Okay, so there's defenselessness, righting past wrongs, and uprooting. Okay, so what this card is telling me is that there's going to have to be some forgiveness going on, some energetic work from you, because this is about you. It's not actually about the rest of the family. For you to feel better within yourself about what's going on with the family, you're going to have to do some work. Okay, you're going to have to do some energetic work for you. You're going to have to do a lot of stuff around forgiveness and letting go and doing some energetic processes. Like there's a beautiful process that I take people through in my sessions, whether they be online or in person, that allows you the space to let go of all of that stress, all of that strain. It's about, there's a bit of stuff around forgiveness and cord cutting and soul fragments and, you know, all those sorts of things. And it's a healing process that we do with your entire body. And what it does is it allows you to move back into that space of gratitude with with whoever you're doing that process with. Okay. So this I'm sorry card is saying there's some forgiveness processes that you're going to have to do to help yourself get through this. Okay. So have fun with that. I hope that helps.
Yeah, Vera.
Don't avoid it, by the way.
No,
it'll just keep coming up.
I got the stress card, and I got 2 cards before that. The main one was wise one, grow within your current situation. So like what Lorene was saying about making sure that you deal with it and go through the process, because left unresolved, I had the heart guardian come out, and this, if we don't deal with these and we just push it away without understanding these things, we tend to close our heart off. It closes us off, which is not a good spot to go. So just be a little bit aware of that. Okay, I hope that has helped. And that reading was donated by the Stathy.
Thank you, Steph.
And that's Stathy's show. I think it's on 10:10 tonight.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So who have we got next? The next we've got up donated readings is Tiffany. Hey, Tiffany. How you going, gorgeous?
Tiffany.
Isn't it funny some days?
You're welcome, Vera.
When Vera said back to work tomorrow, isn't it funny when some days when there's so much to do around the home, you can like, I'm gonna go to work and relax. I'm gonna go to work to chill.
She's paying it forward. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany. Tiffany, is there any one that has stood out to you? The name and that stood out to you, and you'd be like, anyone?
Tia or Lynn?
Or is there someone you want to suck up to? That works as well.
Yeah, she said Tia or Barry or Lucia.
Okay. Okay, so which one of those people would like a reading? None of them? All of them? One of them? Some of them? One of them? Maybe? Okay.
Oh, Lucia, Barry. Lynn.
Okay. It's
Oh, sorry.
who would you like to read for you, Lucia?
Oh dear.
Well, we can do one each.
Mm-hmm.
Lucia, and Lynn. So if
let's do it.
One of you chooses. Should we rock, paper, scissors again?
Bam.
Okay.
Hate to choose.
Okay, let's rock, paper, scissors for Lucia.
Ready? You count.
1, 2. I don't want the vocal. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm predictable.
Well, we could have done rock, paper, scissors, Spock.
Oh,
Haven't you seen
yeah.
that? That one's good.
Oh, I can't remember. Ugh, my brain. You do, Lucia.
Okay, you got carpal tunnel from all the sanding.
I think so.
Okay, Lucia. Anything you want me to look into at the moment? Let's have a look. Okay.
And Lynn, for me, what would you like me to have a look at so we can get that rolling?
Any more pay it forward? I'm gonna have to do Tiffany a little intro for the donated reading.
How my Kiwi sister.
Lucia, it seems like there. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like there's something annoying afoot happening around you at the moment, and you're trying to get information on how to deal with it, and it just doesn't feel, it's not coming through as clear at the moment. Okay, and this has left you in a little bit of reaction mode. Okay, let me expand on that. Yeah, there's something that's, yeah, there seems to be, it feels like there's something around, and at the moment it doesn't, it's not totally, there's something that's not totally revealing itself. There's still information out there that you haven't come across yet, but it seems at the moment, I've got the eagle, see things from a highest perspective. So this is talking about coming from the high ground, but you know, taking the high road and just doing the, okay, I'm above this. Let's just get it out of my field. Is there anything coming up for that? Because I got the Shaolin. I've got the Oracle card waiting for important information. This is inverted above the Shaolin Master. Be graceful in movement and action. So that's just telling you to be mindful. But it just looks like there's some information there that it doesn't. I don't know if there's some information that you're sort of like trying to zone into, and it's just like, oh, there's something that just doesn't click or doesn't feel right. It feels like that there's some information that's just got you slightly uncertain and slightly, perplexed. But at the moment, I got the Traveller card, which is about is your main action card, and this is is about moving in a new direction. So some things don't work, some things do, but and look, if you just stand strong at the moment, okay, because underneath the action card, I've got move in a direction, and underlining that as a warrior, be fearless and stand strong. So this is just about you know all this, Lucia. You know all this deal, okay? But it's hard when we don't always have the big picture. It just feels like sunset. But it's I'm pretty sure that as soon as you just go about it differently and attack it from another angle, you know what it's like. The intuition will drop it in and go, yeah, that's what I said in the first place. You know, I'm like, well, I didn't hear that because it's just like that. We just don't have enough information always to go on at the moment. But regardless of the frustration or what this has caused around you at the moment, I know. Well, sometimes when this happens, Lucia, and it's like, what is that reading about? Just wait till next week.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
It'll drop in.
And that, but you're just going to have to stand strong and go, okay, look, I just don't want to get involved. I have to because it looks like it's going to try to. This is going to come in to try to turn you around a bit. Okay, but I'm getting let go. I've got the Peacekeeper coming in, so this is not about walking away. It's going to be like I just sort of feel like it's something that you got to deal with. You just got to let it. It's almost like you just got to let it happen and play out. And it's not about right or wrong or what should be or should not, but just be mindful in the higher perspective of things, and it should come through. It should come through, because when the Peacekeeper comes, letting it need to go to be right. Sometimes we get, it's like we just get thinking about something, going, well, that sucks, that's not fair. I didn't need this, and sometimes we just gotta go. It is what it is, and just move forward. Okay, because there could be a bit of shaking. I'm not trying to help you manifest anything. Okay, but this is for your growth. This is for your growth. Moving forward, and regardless of what it is, you're going to have to stand up and fight with the key of with. It says, stand up and fight's inverted. Your path alone, and the second last card is the key to wisdom. Okay, so this looks like a lesson's coming in. So just be prepared. This is an opportunity. There's always opportunities. We're always everyone at the moment's getting challenges and stuff. It just seems to be part of it. So there seems to be something coming up. Have I got a happy card for you? Do you want a happy card after that? I'm sorry, I'm just a messenger. Express your feelings is the spirit guides, but just remember the bottom card on your main deck was the Shaolin Master. Be graceful in movement and action.
Beautiful.
And it almost feels like smiling. It almost feels like smiling and gritting your teeth.
And I pulled a couple of cards for you too, Lucia. I got Desire, which is the red tulip, and also Potential, which is the Himalayan blue poppy. So of course that is sitting at both your throat chakra and also your base chakra points, okay, being blue and red. So have a look at where are your actual desires, and because you've got a shitload of potential there, but you're going to have to remove some points of views, and you're going to have to remove some belief systems to be able to make your life a lot more ease. Okay. Here we go. Hope that helps, Lucia. All right.
You've got Barry.
Mm-hmm. I got Barry. All right.
I think. It's a weird reading, isn't it? It's I get one of those weird readings every once in a while. And you're like, what the? And then like a week, 2 weeks later, it's like, it's like you were getting pre-prompted to go. The universe is going, look, hey man, this could really trigger you. So just giving you the heads up.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I know there's it's so fascinating. At the start of the year, for the very first time ever, I did because I was only new to the tarot. I've been using oracles for years and years and years, but I was new to the tarot, and I had done a tarot, like an intro tarot course with Kieran Lee in I think it was in the December. And so I was like, I'm going to have some practice with this, and I drew one card for every month for this year, and I wrote down what I intuitively felt from that card had come up and the way it was and all that sort of stuff. And as I've been going through the year, I've looked over each month at the end of the month or the start of the next month and re-looked over the happening in the previous, and I was like, oh my God, that was spot on every single month. And some of them were warnings, like, stuff is going to be really shifting and changing this month, and be aware of who you've got around you and what you're listening to, or just keep your heart open, or all these different things. And I'm like, how the hell did I know all of that back 12 months ago? It's weird.
and then you're like, oh, come on, universe, I know all this stuff. And then it happens, you're like, what was that card again? So I write it down.
Yeah. So tarot it's an incredible thing to be playing with as well. I used to be really scared of tarot. And I think it was more that I was scared of the depth and that I didn't really want to see my shadow side. I didn't want to look at that darker side of me. And so that was why I was a bit scared of the tarot. But I realize now that every tarot card it shows you both the warnings but also the possibilities for change as well. Every single tarot card does, even the death card, even the tower card. They've all got those potentials there, which is really awesome. Anyway, back to Barry. Alrighty, so you said that you're feeling a little bit like unmotivated and a little bit jaded and all that sort of thing. So looks like somebody's gone for a coffee. That's handy. All right, so what we got here is I got turquoise, which is to awaken your empathy. So when we're feeling unmotivated and a bit jaded, quite often what happens is we'll start judging ourselves. Okay, so it's time to jump back into your heart space. It's time to allow yourself to love you. Okay, when we're feeling unmotivated and jaded, quite often those aspects, that empathy for self, goes out the window as well. And it kind of works hand in hand. So if you wish to get remotivated, bathe yourself in love. All right, be your own best friend. And then you can really start to shift those energies out. And if you feel yourself or hear yourself, that negative self-talk and judging your body, judging what you're doing or not doing, flip it around and go back to at least 3 gratitudes straight away. So if you say, make a mistake on something that you're doing, instead of going, yeah, fucking idiot, turn that around and go, I'm so grateful for that because blah, 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 blah. Okay. So if you can do that, even if it's a case of, I'm so grateful for the fridge because it keeps my food cold. Just take it back. Take it to those simple things of being grateful. All right. If you can take the steps from, your lounge room to the toilet, every single step, think of something to be grateful for. All right. And when you start doing that more regularly and more consistently, you'll be able to drop out of that space of judgment. Okay. The next one we got is the Auburn card, which is to ground yourself. We talk about this all the time. And that is definitely getting out in the garden. It's about getting out in nature. Sometimes it's easier to be out in, say, the bush than it is to be in our garden, because the bush kind of takes care of itself, whereas the garden can sometimes feel like a bit of a burden. So if you're feeling unmotivated and a bit jaded, you might have an easier time. Just leave the house, leave the housework, leave the garden, just get out of it all. Go for a walk in the bush. Let those energies, all that judgment and stuff drop down into Mother Earth. Let her deal with it. And just breathe in that lovely, kind, soft air, fresh air. Okay. The next card that we've got, which runs along with that other one, is the Sapphire card, which is about regenerating your body. Okay. So there is definitely, if we sit down on our butts too long, we get really stagnant and our energy gets stagnant. And then those feelings of being unmotivated and jaded comes along with that as well, because again, it's stagnant, dense energy, right? So when we're in stagnant, dense energy, because we're not moving our bodies, even if you just get up and, because the weather's rubbish, and you just get up and put a song on and start dancing in your lounge room, right? Just move your body, regenerate, get that energy moving through, right? The next card that I got for you is Gwyneth, and this is about the mother, nurture, and being present. Okay, so many people get the inner child card. No, you're actually requiring the mother card. So you're requiring these two aspects of this that I saw coming through, because the next card was the oak card, which is about doorway, strength, and journey. So there's two aspects that are coming through. Number one, you've got to start mothering yourself and your inner child. So, but there is a strength that comes from being a mother, and in that mothering energy, your body is asking for that right now, that determination, that discipline of getting up and getting moving. All right. It's also asking you to, what I was also hearing while I was looking at that was they were asking for you to connect in with your spirit team a little bit more and start developing your skills even further and greater that way, please. Okay, so that's those two. That's where the doorway, and you'll find that you'll receive a lot of strength from connecting with your spirit team in a more open and in a more open way. Okay. Hope that helps.
And thank you so much, Tiffany.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Thank you.
So grateful.
Namaste.
Hey,
Okay.
Tina.
Now, I sec private message. I'm in trouble. Am I, Cindy? Okay. Now we have donated readings to do. People, if you want a guaranteed reading, please remember to donate. Exchange of energies would be much appreciated. Because having Lorene on this show costs me an absolute fortune.
She's expensive, this one.
Yeah.
Because you know what? She knows her worth.
That's it. And Cindy knows the worth of a good pair of boots. So we've got one each pay it forward to do for Cindy. So if you would like to, Willow Tree, are you still there? Is Willow Tree still there? I do not know.
Did you do something magical last night, Brooke?
Oh, did I?
I don't know. Because Tina's saying thank you for your support last night.
Oh, well, that could have been in the morning.
Hi, Alicia.
I'm uncertain. She must have been talking to someone else. I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't really spend much time on Facebook, on social media. Occasionally I'll get my phone up and I'll go, oh, the first thing that if something takes my eye, I'll make a comment and then I'm out of there. And then all the messages start. And I'm like, uh-oh, did I what did I do again?
Oh, dear.
That was for Barat. See? That makes sense.
Oh, Brianna. Okay, that makes more sense. That got us very confused. Thank you, Tina. That filled up a couple of moments.
Okay, well, what I'm going to do is
yes, Alicia's there. Okay, so Alicia was Willow Tree. So Alicia's here. She's ready to talk to you.
Okay, I'll pick Alicia.
There you go.
Okay. Anything you want me to look into, Alicia? Okay.
Sorry. I was just finding out what was on the dinner menu.
What is on the
It's
dinner menu?
nothing. Nothing. We agreed to do our own thing today because I didn't know when I was going to be home, and he didn't know when he was going to be home.
So you rocked up with Kentucky?
Nah, nothing. Kangen water. That's it.
That was interesting. That test that you did yesterday.
Mm.
I've tested a lot of waters myself, and I've wondered. Some of them aren't exactly what they say, but I'm wondering, depending on how you store them, if that can make a difference. Like bottled,
Yeah.
like if you leave bottled spring water in a plastic bottle in your car, it turns to crap.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah. Okay. I could use some guidance for confusion, spirit. Yeah, okay, look, I'll just see what comes up. Okay, let's see where you're at. Dear God. No, I haven't pulled any cards yet. Don't you know what someone's like?
Yeah, somebody asked if I could do distilled water, see what the pH level is in distilled water, but I don't know anybody with distilled water. So, thank you, Tina.
Look, at the moment, Alicia, it looks like there's something. This is to do with someone else. There's a potential to grow together, but at the moment, you're overthinking things in your head because I got two cards underneath that. Open your mind, that's inverted, and the key of wisdom, and that's inverted. So at the moment, there needs to be a deeper look. Sometimes we have to remove ourselves from certain situations to have a look-see in them. Third person advice, that sort of thing, because usually when we get clouded and we come in to make a decision on something or we're uncertain about something, it's usually because we've got attachments to an outcome or we got attachments to certain things that we want. And so we fish, we get all these answers drop in, and we're trying to get clarity and trying to sort it out, but we tend to sort of lean towards the ones that keep us in our comfort zone or keep us, what we want to hear. We all do it, but at the moment, this is for you. This is an opportunity for you to grow. I've got the great teacher coming inverted. Learn from spiritual experiences, and with the other cards here, there's something that spirit wants you to see. Okay. And at the moment, it seems to be pushed aside because there's an opportunity to grow. There's like everyone at the moment. There's always something we're coming up to deal with. Okay, there's something that about ourselves that we have to have a look for, and I'm getting that you need to dig deeper at the moment, and it's really hard because we're biased. We're always biased because we're human, and at the moment, but it's all about taking the high ground. Like there's a part of you saying, look, I gotta look, you're stressing out about something, and you need to be making a choice or the way you're going about it, but it just seems that you seem to be feeding the energy in the wrong place at the moment, because I've got the White Witch inverted, and when this comes inverted, this White Witch is saying, wait a sec, we're going to take the high ground regardless of who's right and wrong. It is what it is, and this can be a real powerful lesson, because when we tend to feed energy into things, we can feed the stress. We sit there because we're trying to work it out. We're only human. We're trying to work something out. Like, what do I do about this? What do I do about this? What do I do about this? How do I go about this? This is not helping me. That's not going to work out. And we come to all these conclusions, but sometimes we just have to go, it is what it is, and then take the high ground. Because I've got in your main pile, I've got right in the center, I've got the White Witch inverted, be the light. And this is when we've got to go, you know what? I've got to play that. I've got to play this from the upper dimension. Okay, I've got to be positive. I've got to control, be really looking at what I'm allowing into my mind and what I'm feeding in my mind. So that's really important for you now, because I've got the Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. And in this, when that comes up, that's like, oh, what don't I want to do? It's Spirit saying, hey, but this is good. This is positive, because this is an opportunity in front of you, and it's like the universe is saying, look, you know the answer to this question. Okay. But it's not always what we want to hear. And that's the thing. That's the thing, is we got to get to the bottom of things, because usually the answer is always in front of us, but sometimes we just need a bouncing board, or we need some confirmation from someone else, because we're biased. We're people. We've got our own lives, our own ideas, the things that we work out. We're only human. Okay. So don't ever beat yourself up. Okay. Alicia, just understand, okay, look, I've got to rise above this big picture thing. Okay, let's not get dragged down, because what happens is when we get into these situations, when things come up and things that we have to deal with that aren't always the nicest to deal with, depending on how we go about it, we can, like Lorene was saying earlier in the show, it's not always easy, but we can get through these hard times with ease if we focus in the right spot and put our energy in the right spot. So that's what you're asked to do at the moment, is put all your energy in the right spot. Okay. And not feed the problem. Okay. Because the main action card I've got for you, I've got a call to arms. I've got the universe saying, okay, girl, this is how we roll. I've got the Hunter's card. Okay. And this is track down your fears and desires. And this is when we've got to have that conversation with ourselves and go, what do I truly desire and why? And then have a good look at it. And then track down your fears and desires. That's your desires. And then track down your fears. What's stopping me from reaching that? Even if you've got to get a pen and a paper, or just go over it in your head. You've got to work out what you truly want, what you have to gain, what is working for you inside your soul, and you've got to work out, okay, what choices am I making, or what limitations am I putting on myself that is stopping me from reaching that at the moment? Because it just feels like that there's an opportunity, there's a lesson here, but it's about truly going deep down inside into your soul and go, what do I truly want, and why do I want it? Because when we're flustered, when we're in stress, we seem to go into auto mode, damage control and stuff like this. And then we make we get into, we go looking for gratification, like, give me that chocolate, give me that cigarette, I'm stressed out. So it's about just truly understanding your position and what you want at the moment. And then the clarity will start to come in. Okay, because there's something that you need to move on, and it's you've been inactive, but there's a choice or something in your life that you really need to be moving on at the moment. And at the moment, it's not a time to be telling everyone. Okay, it's not to be just, because we do that when we're stressed. We tell everyone. I do it. Everyone does it. Not everyone. Some do it, but there's someone that you're talking to, okay, and they are not, they're seeing it from their perspective, okay. It's not that they're giving you bad advice. Well, they are giving you loaded advice, okay, which is, in the truth of it, they have biased in the information that they're giving you. So that's just telling, they're not trying to be, no one's trying to be nasty, but that's just saying it's loaded information, the advice that you're getting from a certain person at the moment. So be very aware of that. Okay. Sometimes just people want to tell us what we want to hear when they're our friends. Some true friends will just be straight out and go, yeah, no, man, that. I mean, you've got to work that out. You've got to use your discernment to work that out. Okay. But just be very aware about who you're talking to and where you're getting your advice from at the moment. Okay, because it goes deeper than that. But there is something, it's time, and then you need to move on something. There's a choice to be made, it feels like. Okay, you need movement. You need to move. It's time to move on this. Okay, but you have to do, this is going to get through this in the best possible outcome. Okay, you're going to have to dig deep. I've got the Seeker's Journey invented, so this is when we dig deep and we really get to the bottom of us. We really get to the bottom of our emotions, what we want, our desires, and what we're feeling. These are the big life lessons that if we can do right, they might be awkward at the time and take a lot of effort, but in the big picture, it will have the most desired outcome in the big. And your second to last card is express gratitude. So we're going to be thankful because these things always teach us something about ourselves. Okay. And we want to better, a lot of people want the good stuff, but that comes from knowing yourself, doing the work and growing. And sometimes it's hard and it's overwhelming, but these are all life lessons. And at the moment you've got opportunity, you've got one in front of you. Okay, so please draw on your innate wisdom and dig deeper into things, because that's how we get people. That's how you get the people that go, well, you got through that pretty easy, and they're like, it didn't feel easy, but yeah, I did, because we try to understand exactly what's going on unbiasedly, so we can deal with it in the right possible way. And we've got to give thanks for that, because when we give thanks, we're like, what are we giving thanks for? Something to learn about ourselves, something to learn about the situation, an opportunity to grow. And that's why we give thanks, because when we start giving thanks for that, that's what our focus is on. Okay, what do I have to take? What do I have to learn? And then, boom, you've got that frame of mind for it to come in, drop in, and really help you in the best possible way. I hope that's helped you, love. And your last question is your rights, your beliefs. Sorry, the last spirit guide card is your beliefs are right for you. I hope that helped you. And that was donated by Cindy.
Thank you, Cindy. You're freaking amazing. We love us, Cindy. All righty. I didn't wish to interrupt you. So I've got one, yeah?
Yeah. I thought you...
Is that right? Brianna, are you still floating around, darling? Because I'd love to do a reading for Brianna today. Brianna Burgess, I think. Yay! Would you like a reading, first of all? And number two, do you have a question that you would like, or an area that you would like me to look at? You've seen the potential of giving me specific area.
And if the next someone wants to be read for, what's the next reading? There you go. There's your in.
Okay. I think that means Brianna would like a general reading. This is a possible two ways of reading that. Nope, generally. Or are you just here to enjoy the company? Yes. Here to enjoy the company. Yes, you'd like a reading. Yes. See, that delay makes things so fun. Oh, dear.
Hey,
Hi,
Sandy.
Sally.
Hey, Sally. Hey, Sandy.
Okay, let's see how we go. Oh, dear.
What's your problem, Sandy?
Everything. Don't you love it when people say that? And they go, so what's up? Everything. It's like, okay.
Isn't that when you walk backwards and go, okay, see ya?
Exit stage left. Hi, Mila.
G'day, Mila.
I love it. Mila's known me for long enough now. She knows how to spell my name without copying it. Yay! I appreciate that.
She does.
Alrighty, Brianna. First up, we got your throat chakra, and the angels are helping you to lovingly speak your truth. So whatever is going on in your life right now where you are feeling tight and contracted in your, even as we're talking, I can feel it. It's just like going, stuck here. It's time to do some work, some specific work around your throat chakra area. I'm actually hearing this specific, I don't know how often you do meditating or anything like that, but online on good old YouTube, there are specific chakra clearing meditations and music that you can listen to. And some of them are very short, some of them are quite long. Just depends. Some of them you could listen to overnight if you're into that sort of thing. I'm not into listening to stuff overnight because it just disturbs my sleep enough. I have enough going on at nighttime without adding extra stuff to listen to. But yeah, so I'm hearing that you require to do some specific stuff around your throat chakra to help start loosening that up again. I would also recommend doing this. Oh gosh, you've got your base chakra in here too. Interesting. So there's two things for you to work on. Okay, so there's your throat chakra and your base chakra. They've both come out in your reading here. There's some specific things that you can do. Now I'm just going to do a shameless plug right now. So a little while back, I actually created a chakra clearing meditation, and you can find it on my website over at craftingpossibilities.com. And through that one, you can clear out, it's a full clearing throughout all of your chakras, okay? And so I'm getting that might actually be something that will be useful to you. The next card that I've got is, I've actually got the fairies card that's come out. So when the fairies card comes out, it's to do with the elementals. So I'm wondering, given that we've got the base chakra going on, we've got the throat chakra going on, that it's, I'm going to come back to that thing with Sandy in a minute. So with these two elements, and then we chuck in the middle of that the fairies or the elementals, how connected are you to your elemental spirit team? That is the first question I'm going to ask you, because if you feel like you're not connected to them at all, that could be part of this space of feeling of the blockages in your throat and in your base chakra area. There could be issues coming up with your physical health with not clearing those areas properly, okay? And it is preventing you from being able to work more effectively with the elementals. So a really fun way of working with the elementals and helping with your throat at the same time is if you've got a garden or a couple of pot plants, when you leave for work in the morning, ask the fairies to look after your garden for you. And then when you come back in the afternoon, say to them, thank you so much for looking after my garden for me today. Okay? Just practicing speaking with it. Even if it sounds weird or whatever, it doesn't matter. This is about you getting used to working with the elementals again. The next card that we've got for you is your manifestation power. So you're being asked right now to acknowledge the fact that you can manifest things with so much ease, but you're also blocking it. because you're all up in your head. You're thinking about how it's going to happen, not that it will happen. All right. So it's time for you to let go of some of those points of view, some of those belief systems about how manifestation works. There's a brilliant book called A Happy Pocket Full of Money that is excellent to explain how quantum mechanics works. I don't know if you've ever listened to that book. I've got it on Audible. It's a very quick, easy read, but A Happy Pocket Full of Money, and it is just brilliant for explaining how quantum mechanics works. In that, if you can, and the easiest way I can say it right now is, if you can think it, it is already done. If you cannot think of it, it doesn't exist yet. All right. So there's some parts going into that. Yeah, you might have a pot plant inside. You can ask them to look after your pot plants inside. The next thing we've got, which is often very closely related to our throat chakra, is, I've got the next card for you, is to be willing to forgive. So has there been some relationships where you feel that there's been a bit of abuse or a bit of trauma, or whether that be personal, business, family, whatever? When we are sitting in that space of right and wrong, good and bad, and that polarity of, you did bad to me, you wronged me, you dishonored me, you did whatever, it will block up our throat chakra and stop us from speaking. Okay, so when you move through to that space of forgiveness, then you'll find that your throat will start opening up a bit more. Okay, and I feel like there's one more card to come out for the last card. Okay, yeah, exactly, Brianna. I was feeling that. And we've got brown is your last card, which is establishing boundaries. Okay, so the only way that you can get used and abused is, it's your choice, believe it or not. And I know that a lot of people will not like me saying this. It is everything that happens in your life. You have chosen it in some way, shape, or form. You will choose to be abused by not setting boundaries for yourself and not maintaining them. You will choose to be abused or experience trauma when you do not listen to your intuition. Okay? So when we are sitting in the space of, anger, rage, fury, hate, blame, shame, regret, and guilt, that's a whole lot of judgment, right? And you will find it very difficult to move through your spaces of healing if you're not willing to let those things go. It's not about condoning the actions of the other person. It's about freeing yourself from those energies. Okay? So, yeah. Hope that helps.
Yeah. Yeah, Sandy, you need to go and see someone and get some removals done. You need to go and see a healer. Okay? You need a lot of clearing and a lot of work done. So, look up on Facebook who is in your realm.
And Sandy, I didn't catch the little bit in the middle, but the part that I said I was going to come back to was the meditation thing. Now, meditation, it can be done in multitudes of ways. It is not actually about making your mind go quiet. It is about being present in the right now moment. Okay, so that's the key with meditation, is if it can take you back to your right now moment, that is meditation. We actually go into minuscule moments of meditation when we look at a beautiful sunset or a sunrise and just go, and we just stand there and look at it. Our mind is actively admiring and in great gratitude for that sunset or sunrise or a beautiful flower or whatever. You're actually in meditation in those moments. So one of the best things to do is to, first of all, get rid of the thought out of your head, get rid of that belief system that you have to have a quiet mind to be able to meditate effectively, or you have to be able to meditate and sit on your bum for an hour or 3 hours or 5 days or whatever. No, you don't. You do not. And if you're judging yourself for how you do meditation, stop it. All right. Meditation can work, and all it requires you to do is to come back to the present moment, focus on your breath. That's it. Okay. Whether you have meditation where you listen to some music, meditation type music, or like in the summertime, I have a crystal that hangs in my window, and it throws out rainbows all over my wall for about a good 15, 20 minutes, or maybe even half an hour at a time. And I'll sit there for 10 minutes. I'll set in the timer and I just watch the rainbows. And that's all I do. That is meditation, right? You got to figure out what meditation type works best for you. Some people can do open eyes meditation. Some people do best with closed eyes meditation. Some people do best with a guided meditation. Some people do best with music meditation. Some people need something to focus on, like a candle, or like for me, those rainbows on the wall or whatever. Brooke, what's your favorite type of meditation?
I do all sorts. I just like sitting in my meditation chair and just feeling the energy. Closing my eyes and feeling the energy. But usually I light up a charcoal full of something, or frankincense, or a clearing. But I always clear the space first, or otherwise I go and I sit and look at my garden and just clear my mind and just feel. But I would suggest some clearings. Find someone to do some clearings. Okay. It will help you immensely, because there's information coming in from all over the place on you. Okay, there's a lot of energy, a lot of pressure. You want someone that can do some clearings and stuff on you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna have to find someone in Victoria, preferably in person, online. I don't know where you are, but there's Healing with Staffy. He's got a show on at 10:10 tonight. That's worth. Or if you don't want to leave the comfort of your home, who does online work? I just slipped on the mouse then.
Oh dear.
Okay. Does anyone want to donate for an extended reading?
Last chance, people.
Last chance. Otherwise, we'll go to runouts.
You're welcome, Vera. So lovely.
What is mine?
She just never knew that she was meditating. See? It's these interesting points of views that pop up, Things that we've believed in that are just not necessarily true. The whole spiritual world has changed a lot over the last 5 to 7 years around what is actually about how to do spirituality, I guess you could say, and how to do energetic healing, there's just so many things that have changed really dynamically in the last 5 years. So it's an interesting space to be in right now.
But what do you people seek? Do you seek enlightenment, expansion, or do you just want everything to line up and so you can have a happy life? Or do you seek happiness? What do you seek? You got to work out what you want to seek, because there's a lot more to it than meditation.
That's only part of it, isn't it?
Well, it's the basic beginning of learning your mind, learning to
Yeah.
take back your mind. I believe. I've been wrong before. Just ask my ex-wife. She'll tell you that. Yeah, that was a few years ago.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like going, oh wow, I'm coming up like 18 years since the end of my first marriage.
Oh God, I'd hate even do the math. Yeah, it'd have to be something. No, it'd be longer. It'd have to be like 21 years or 22. I can't remember now. I think it was around 30. I think it was around 30 or 31 or 2, something like that. That was bloody 20 years ago.
I didn't think you were that old, Brooke.
Me? Yeah, I'm 49. But I don't give away my energy.
Yeah, true that. I have to say, it's so funny actually. When I look at photos of me and my mum, so my mum and I look very, very similar. There's a little bit of my dad in this face, but most of the features are my mum. And I look at how old she, like how she looked at my age versus how I look. And man, I look so much younger than her. She does zero energetic work. She is wrapped up in her anger, her rage, her fury, her hate, her blame, her shame, her regret, her guilt. She's a bitter, spiteful old woman when it comes to men. And that's just what rolls through her body all the time. She has deep, deep frown lines through here, and it's just like, oh, wow, I'm just like so grateful to found energetic healing because it has keeping me looking young. It's so good. I don't need to use a filter. And I always know when I'm getting blocked up because I start looking old. And I start seeing the lines around here coming out a lot more, and and I just get puffy and saggy and just looks all wrong. So yes, energetic healing, bloody awesome stuff. Keeps you looking young.
Deb Summer.
I was wondering if you were going to tackle that one. Oh dear, funny.
You're worried about income. Is that the stress at the moment? What's the stress? Look, at the moment, okay. Do you do any spiritual type practices? You know about chakras? What do you know about, Deb? You have none. Well, what can you be doing? What can you be planting? It's all about at the moment. It's telling everyone you're broke. It's about working out ways. Mine's brainstorming and going, hey, because I got the lady, enjoy the growth rewards. This is waiting. This is like saying, saying, what seeds are you planting? Are you planting any seeds? Because if we just go around saying, I got no money, I got no money, I got no money, guess what we're going to manifest? I got no money. Okay, there has to be a focus shift. Okay, you put all this pressure on you, you put all this judgment and all these reasons. Okay, you've got to let go of everything that you think you know about money and about all that. You've got to let it go and you're going to start afresh. You've got to freshen that mind. We'll go and get a job at one of those places then. Okay? But it's
if that's what you're desiring, then go for it.
It's all perspective. It's all perspective, Jeb. And if you're going around saying, yeah.
Your words are very powerful. All
They're
right.
spells.
Mm-hmm.
Spelling, spells, intent,
Mm-hmm.
all that. Okay.
You have to change the way you're speaking and the way you're thinking. I heard something today that was like, oh yes, that like in life, you're either going to be on the field actively playing or you're going to be a spectator. All right. So if you're sitting there going, oh, my life sucks, blah, 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 look at where are you sitting with that? Are you being a spectator of your life or are you actively actually creating it?
Well, that's it. That's the choices we got. We either create or we let circumstances dictate.
Mm.
We create or let circumstances dictate. We create or let circumstances dictate. That's what we got. It's got. And we've all spent. It took me a while to work that out.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
It took me a while.
Me too. We've all been there.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure pretty much all of us at some point have been there.
Slaving away at a job, paying off a mortgage, doing all that, doing the whole thing, and it just gets
And then you get to a point where you go, is this all my life is going to be?
Yeah.
That was kind of the starting of my wake-up call.
Yep. There's always something to do, Deb. There's always something to do. Okay? But the best way to do it is just put it out there and go, hey, bring it in to me and show me how to bring it in. And please bring us opportunities to bring it in. And we don't just wait for the opportunities. We can create some opportunities. Because usually when we create opportunities, then when we create opportunities, we put that vibration out there. When we put that vibration, opportunity comes. Guess what more comes in of? Opportunities.
Yep. And like I was talking about before, get back into your gratitude, okay? So every time you say something negative about finances in this particular case, flip it round. All right. So every time you have to pay a bill, instead of going, oh, bloody water bill or rent or, and doing it from that way, go, I am so grateful that I have the money here now to pay this bill. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And please return it back to me tenfold. Universe, thank you.
That's it. And if you're going to be negative, just blame it on the government. Blame it on whoever's in. That shouldn't be hard if you're in the United States at the moment. It's just not hard to do in Australia either. Dude. What is the world? What's happening in this world? It's not the world I'm manifesting. Oh, wait a sec. I had a beautiful day in the garden. I had a great day in the garden, just chilling and working.
Yeah.
I manifested
in between rain showers.
Didn't really rain here. Okay, people. If we've got no more donated readings, we'll get to run out readings.
Yay! Happy days.
No more. So, people, if you have not had a reading, why not? But please put a 1 in the comment section.
Hi, Leona. Thank you for joining us.
See down the bottom it says run out readings. Put 1 once in the comments, and we will get you a run out reading. And they're pretty run out. Where's the thing? I can't find the thing.
Way to go, Melinda. Thank you for showing us, giving us the example of what to do. Appreciate you.
Found the thing. Okay.
Oh, dear.
Oh, Wesley, you just want to take your money.
Bye-bye.
When you're watching. Oh, God.
It just makes me laugh. I'm like, God, thank you. Thank you for thinking that our audience is so freaking awesome that you wish to poach them. That is so cool. What an absolute compliment to all of you beautiful people.
They don't poach them.
No, I know, because they don't get a chance.
No, they get you to say, oh, you have to sign up, and you'll sign up for some site that costs you $8 a month, and then they're gone. Boom.
Yeah.
Never hear them from again. And that's what this. And just remember, readers don't come to you to offer you a reading. You got to come to them. That's number one rule on the internet everywhere. Okay, so if you ever get me, it looks like me inboxing you saying, "Hey, do you want a reading?" It's a scammer.
Yep. Yeah, exactly, Vera. See, you know.
Okay, so okay, I got these cards are in my hand. So Melinda, run out reading for Melinda. Okay, Melinda. Okay, look, the way you're going about things at the moment, the negativity around you, it's okay. There needs to be some action put in place. Okay, I've got the she-wolf. Unleash the wild within. This is about standing up to the negativity around us, about setting boundaries. Sometimes people don't even realize, they just think they're mucking around. They think they're being funny. And sometimes it's draining. They're just not gauging it. But any negativity around you at the moment, you have to stand up against it, nip it in the butt. Because I got the travel next to that, moving in a new direction. This is saying the way you've been dealing with it at the moment ain't working, and you want to really look and revisit that, okay, and have a look at maybe some ways of you can deal with that negativity, okay, because at the moment it doesn't seem to be going the right way for you. Okay, I hope that's helped. What?
Mary said, sorry, pal, I'm no for the poaching. I'd rather be fried. Oh, I love your sense of humor, Vera. That's awesome. Alrighty, Leona. All right, I got that whatever you're going through right now, you're actually safe and you're well protected by your spirit team. They are all around you, even if you can't necessarily feel it. It's okay, they're there. Okay, just trust that they are there, and that whatever you're going through at the moment, you just got to have some patience. All right, because the point that you're at right now in that particular bubble of a journey, it's like it's coming, it's getting there, but I know you're at that point of going, is it over yet? Have some patience, take it easy, get out in the garden, do some nice, soothing, soft things for you, and you'll be absolutely fine. Okay. Ah, that makes sense. She's from Glasgow.
Okay, who's next?
Apparently Deb.
Deb. What was my card?
You
really?
It wasn't a card yet. We were just giving you our intuitive spiritual knowledge.
Oh, I had 3 jumpers.
Nice.
This might confirm what you were thinking. Look, 3 jumpers. Okay, so put them on together. They probably get a bit warm if you're inside. The first 2 cards for you are inverted. Okay, and this is about, look, the first card is Fox Spirit. Trust yourself, trust your talents in changing times, which you're freaking out because you're like, oh, I got no money, I got to know this. What am I going to do? What I'm going to do? Okay, and this is having an effect on the way you feel, because you're going into stress, you're going into worry, all these emotions going everywhere. Okay, and until you just, so basically with the Fox Spirit and the Mountain card here, the Fox Spirit's basically saying, hey, you've got to look, you're going to get through this. You've gotten through stuff before. No matter what's on your plate, you're going to get through it. You're going to survive. You're going to live to see another day. Okay. And at the moment, I've got the fire guardian come up saying, ignite your passion. What is it that you want to do? This is time for you to zone into, like, what do I want to do? This is basically the universe saying, look, you're going to get through it. Stop getting in your head and stop stressing so much, which is easier said than done, but this is what we do. But at the moment, the fire guardian's here saying, what do you want to do? The time to really be looking inside and asking yourself, what do you want to do? Okay, because when we just start to think about that, instead of focusing on the can't, that becomes our reality, is all the can'ts around us. But then if we focus on our passion, or we focus on what we desire to do, then all sorts of possibilities start to come in. Okay, so focus on what you'd like to do, and then see what unfolds.
The question that I would ask for you, Deb,
Trace.
is have you figured out what the energy of the life that you desire to create feels like? It's one of the questions I ask all of my clients, and we go through the process on how to actually figure that out. And if you haven't figured that out yet, that's where I'd suggest you start. Then once you've figured out what the energy of the life that you desire to create feels like, then you can have that as a base point to go, well, does this contribute to that energy? Does it actually help that come about, or does it destroy that energy? Is it going to create more in my world? Is it going to destroy in my world? You've got to look at it. You've got to use your awareness as to what that's going to create for you. Okay. Ooh. I'll do one for Vera, just because I can. Oh, dear. Vera, I've got strong Scottish background as well. English, Irish, Scottish, Welsh, Italian, and a little bit of Dutch.
Who told you that?
I've done my genealogy. So yeah, I get it.
Now they're going to clone you. Now they're going to clone you.
All right. So Vera, you're also saying that when you do your painting, is that another form of meditation? Absolutely. And the cards that I got came out for you as creative writing and brilliant ideas. So whatever you're creating, whether it be writing, painting, whatever, keep doing it. It's contributing a lot to your life, and it's making you remember more of who you be and the magic that you have in the world. So, for example, are you aware that every single brush stroke is imparting a part of you, of your energy, into the canvas? So it's like when we cook and our energy goes through into the food that we make, that makes us a healer in the way that we prepare our food. Now, we can be somebody who is like really angry to cook, and that makes the food actually quite toxic to eat. But with painting or creating, when you've got all that love and that enjoyment of the creation coming into that piece, whoever you give that piece to, whether it be sold or given, with no monetary exchange, the person who receives that is receiving some of your healing and some of your magic, as in your healing capacities, your healing magic on that, okay? So just be aware of that and enjoy. You're doing great.
Okay, is that the last one? Is it the last run out reading? Alicia, you've had a reading. This is the people that haven't had a reading. Is there anyone else who hasn't had a reading and wants to run out reading? Because I drew 2 cards for someone.
Maybe it's Alicia.
And here they're for. Okay, do you want these 2 cards, Alicia?
Oh, maybe Tracy. It's Tracy.
Okay, it's Tracy. Okay.
Yeah, that feels light.
The first card I've got, Tracy, is name that thing, and that's inverted. you've got this deck. You know what that card's about. That card's about some of the little things that we do that we overlook, but they have a ripple effect across the whole pond. Because it's just a little thing, okay, but there's a choice to make around it. So it's time to find out those things. It's, name that thing. It's like the thing that we overlook and go, that's just me, or yeah, it's not important, but it has that ripple effect across the whole pond. So there's something there, and just around a choice to make. Okay, and find that out. Okay, I hope that's helped you. And your happy card is practice moderation upside down. That was weird.
All right, a couple of cards have come out for Rita. Thanks, Cindy. So Rita, we've got that this is actually coming back to what happened, I'm pretty sure, in the general reading at the beginning. Spiritual understanding. So there's going to be a lot more spiritual symbols and stuff that are coming your way at the moment. Your intuition is like really ramping up. And so with that, you're probably feeling a lot more sensitive to the heavy, denser energies. So you might find yourself not wanting to be around big groups of people. You might be finding yourself feeling really like turned off by the TV or the radio or the conversations at work or those sorts of things. You might be finding yourself feeling like really cranky with people. So just be aware that this is your intuition and your empathic, if you like, abilities stretching out, and they're growing a lot at the moment. So with that, have a bit of kindness, a bit of patience for yourself while you're moving into this new space, and you'll be able to be okay. Find those ways of grounding, if you like, of tapping into Mother Earth and expanding out and just getting through the days. Just make time, even if it's only for 5 minutes every day, just to sit and just watch the garden or something, watch some plants, watch the grass grow for 5 minutes. It doesn't really matter, but just stop and do some deep breathing and, just drop and allow yourself to relax into this space. Okay? Hope that helps.
Oh, Lorene, I was stringing up my tomatoes today, and I have tomatoes.
I have proper flowers.
And zucchinis.
Ooh. I am so excited. I've got, of the plants that you gave me, that I've got little flowers that have actually popped out. So that's exciting. And my chili seeds, they've started popping out. So I've got little shoots happening with my chili seeds that I had stuck in the Ziploc bag up on the kitchen window.
My chilies are slow.
I think I have had just about everything else pop up now. So I've got the lettuces have popped up, the spring onions, the silver beetroot, carrots. Even the carrots have popped up. I've got the coriander has popped up and oregano. Oh, yeah, and some basil. So basil's good. I've got about 9 plants happening. Brother likes to make pesto. But with the lettuces, I make sure that once you're just about to take the outside leaves off to start using them, put some more seeds in. 6 to 8 weeks, because I've got lettuces always rotating at the moment. Yeah.
I mean, so I can get I can get 2 or more colanders full of whatever greens I want every day, like 2 big colanders piling up.
I'm looking forward to getting the fresh stuff out of the garden. Awesome.
It's brilliant. I'm waiting for tomatoes because I've got so much parsley. I want it to be to bully season.
Right. See, I really love having tomatoes and basil, like tomatoes with a bit of salt, a bit of pepper, and just some basil leaves on the top. And that's just like
and a bit of chili.
Chili, can go in there. And if you're not vegan, you can have some cream cheese underneath. Oh, so good on crackers or bread.
That's the
or
only reason I'm
whatever.
not vegan. That's the only reason that I'm vegetarian and not vegan. The only reason is because I refuse
Cheese.
to do fake cheese because it ain't cheese and it's probably more processed and less healthier than eating the real thing.
Vera, I would say, because I never really thought I was much of a gardener either, I would just say, just start small. Start with something easy. Mine is all in pots. None of it is in the ground. It's all in pots. I can take care of it really easy. And you just start with seeds and you just get excited about the seeds popping up. And as long as you've got a good mixture of soil and cow poop is best, because cows are nice and relaxed. So your plants become nice and relaxed, but they grow really well. That's all you really need to know.
Yep. And I've got both.
Mm.
What doesn't fit in the ground is in pots.
Yeah.
That's it.
And you've also just got to remember to water them.
And find out some people around in your neighborhood and some people that are right into their gardening and veggies.
Yeah.
Because when you meet them, people are like, "Here, I've got extra pots," and they're like, "Hey, look, I've got a few more of these are sprouted up. Do you want some?" And then you don't have to pay for everything. You just like I'm taking a heap of pumpkins down somewhere next week because they just
awesome.
I know I put pumpkin in for worm food because worms love pumpkin. So you got any old pumpkin, throw it in your garden, just bury it for the worms. And then I just had like this of all these. There must have been some seeds in them. I'm like, I didn't plant pumpkins there. Oh, wait a sec, the worms. So I am always asked if I'm vegan.
Ah, right.
I'm Brooke.
Yes, potatoes. Funny potato story. Have we got time for that? So I grew up on a farm in a farming area, and my grandparents had a much bigger property than what we had. And my grandmother had horses and amongst other animals and stuff, and she had a stallion. And you can actually teach and train, well, stallions actually really only like pooping in one spot. So you can make that spot a specific place in your paddock or whatever. Anyway, so my granddad thought he had a pretty big mound of horse poo. So I wonder if some potatoes will grow in this. So he just, as an experiment, just went and put some seed potatoes in the horse poo. And my grandmother's maintained the entire time, nothing's going to grow. Don't be silly. You're not going to get anything out of that. Don't be silly. Anyway, come Christmas time, she's like, and he had some other potatoes in the normal veggie spot. He said to me, "Come with me." And so we toddled up to the paddock where the big pile of horse poo was. And we dug up a really good feed of
roll your sleeves
potatoes.
up. We're going in.
Yep. Little baby potatoes. And everybody was like, "Oh, these are the best potatoes we've ever tasted."
But what's that funny smell?
No, there was no funny smell because it was, it was just beautiful.
I know, but I'm just adding to the story.
And everybody was like, "Oh, they're just the best tasting little baby potatoes ever." And Granddad and I just looked at each other and were like, "Yeah, out of the garden."
That's it. Poo-poo. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for coming. What do you want next? All right.
Me? Tuesday I have, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Adelaide time, Tasty Tuesdays. I'm really looking forward to this chat. I've actually got Matt Kun, my partner, coming back on. And this particular chat, Tasty Tuesdays chat, is going to be focused solely on his trip to do this Camino Santiago.
Oh, cool.
So really nice, in-depth, proper chat around his experience of doing the Camino Santiago twice in Spain. It's a very, very long walk. It's like over 900 kilometers long.
Yep.
And there was a lot of really beautiful things that happened for him, a lot of challenges, and it was really huge spiritual awakening time for him doing that, especially the first time round. There's some big changes for him personally between his first time and his second time, and and I really wish to actually give him the space and have that conversation, as it might be inspiring to others to do other things that they've always dreamed of doing and never done, so that's that. And that is at 7 p.m, so same time as what we are tonight, but our Tuesday. So whatever that is for you, Vera, I'm not sure. That will be over on my page. So if you look up Lorene Hughes, then I always share it across to there, and then it'll be over onto my Crafting Possibilities page. Then after that, I'll be back on Friday for my Friday show.
And I'll be on a Monday night with More Than a Reading Show. That's a reading show with a twist. You have to come on the show to get a reading. It's hardcore.
Oh.
The hardcore people want a hardcore reading. No, it's good. And then I'm on Thursdays for now. And then I'll be back on. You know what? I'm just going to play the ad. It's just easier. But people, if you're watching, if you're new to the show, please go and follow and set up for notifications so you get on the reading shows, because Cindy, my production manager, gives me a list of the first people to comment on the show. So when I'm giving away free readings, sometimes I go, okay, he was here. He was here first. He was keen. He was saying hello. Who was on the list? And then I try to avoid most of them, but no, I don't do that. But I do. So not avoid. I mean, just pick. You get it. We'll work it out later. So, okay, I hope that made sense. So it's bye from me then. See you next time.
Bye from me. Thank you, everybody.
Healing with Steffi has a show on at 10:10. So Sadie, if you're there and you want to ask some questions, it's a good show to do that. It's an interactive talk and meditation and healing show and all that sort of thing. It's brilliant. Okay, see you then. Bye.